Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier, and in my this particular video I am going to discuss how we can decide the proper value of k for k nearest neighbor algorithm. Okay, whether that may be regression or classification problem, the proper selection of k is very important, right? So how we can do that? To demonstrate this particular concept, I am using one data set which is taken from Kaggle, gender recognition by voice. Okay, obviously one very interesting project related to digital signal processing point of view. You can basically apply this project real time, that is take any audio or record any audio, okay, and then apply your machine learning model to classify whether that is male or female. Okay, obviously a very interesting project idea, but now for the time being I am going to discuss with respect to knn. So with respect to data science point of view I am discussing, not going to that signal processing part. Okay, so here the problem statement is quite simple. Here what we have to do, we have to basically detect whether the person is male or female from some features. Okay, here multiple features are present like mean frequency, standard deviation, median, 25 percentile, 75 percentile, like that, IQR, interquartile range, skewness, kurtosis, okay, and many things present, right? So I have downloaded this dataset and here I have opened this in Excel file. So these are my actual dataset. The last column is the label, which is either male or female. We have to predict whether a person is male or female based on all these features taken from, or all these features extracted from his or her audio. Okay, so this is nothing but one classification problem, and now we are going to apply knn on this and how to select proper k value. That's what I am going to discuss. Okay, so step one, what we can do, first load the dataset. CLC clear all close all warning of data equal to read table voice.csv. Obviously as here we are not mentioning the complete path, so the voice.csv, the file must be present in the current directory. Like here my current directory is laptop analysis source. Here see voice.csv file is present, otherwise MATLAB will unable to find this particular file. Okay, so I will select this particular cell only and run evaluate selection. Okay, so what it will do, it will basically read the data. Here you can see, you can double click on this and here you can observe the variables, right? So there are total, you can see 20 input feature and the output feature is at 21st column. All right, now what we are doing, first thing in data pre-processing, before going ahead, check whether null value is present or not. So sum is missing data. Okay, is missing will give us one logical value 0 if it is not null value, and logical 1 if it is null value. Okay, and then what we are doing, we are taking sum of that, right? Evaluate selection. See, all 0, that means no null value is present in our data set, so we no need to think about that. Then what we can do, then obviously handling categorical data. See, male female, this one our machine learning model cannot understand. What we can do, we can map male to 1, female to 0, or female to 1, male to 0. Okay, so that's what I am doing. So this particular piece of code I have already discussed earlier, basically where here we are taking the distinct possible values, okay, and to which we want to map. We are extracting that label and creating one array of same length. Okay, we are traversing basically in all the distinct values whatever we are storing here. We are checking whether that particular member is present in which locations in our this label, and in those position we are making these particular index values. Okay, the explanation already I have done in feature engineering. Okay, in case of categorical data handling, you can check there. So if I just run this particular part, evaluate selection, now if I just write CLC, so here what I will do, I will close this variable, and now if I double click on data, see here what you can find, here in the labels ones and zeros are present. All the males are replaced by ones and all the females are replaced by zeros, right? Okay, cool. Categorical data handling is done. Then what we are doing, we are dividing our data set into training and test. Okay, 0.2, 80% training, 20% test I am taking. You can take according to your choice. Okay, getting the index for test data. Okay, and then what we are doing, we are taking training set and training data. In that there are basically two parts, one is input feature, one is output. So x train, y train I am dividing. Okay, x train is basically all our input feature, y train is basically output feature for the training data. Okay, so you can understand easily, data train, that is original data, all rows, first column to second last column, because last column is label, which is actually our output, so we are not taking that in our input feature x train, and in y train we are taking that. Similarly, we are taking test data for all these rows, whatever the index position is giving us, and all the columns, and then dividing the test data also, the input feature and the corresponding label. Okay, right? So let me run this particular part. I hope up to this you can easily understand. No need to worry about a single code. All the codes will be posted in the description box or in the comment section. Okay, so I have cleared the comment window. So our training, testing, splitting is done. Next step is what? Next step is standardization. Okay, now why? See, we are going to use KNN, and in KNN we calculate Euclidean distance, right? Distance is one of the main part in our whole algorithm. So obviously feature scaling has to be done to give equal priority to all individual features. Okay, so what I am doing, I am applying standardization, because I have told you mostly we prefer standardization instead of normalization. Okay, so first I am converting from table to array, then calculating mean for all individual column, calculating standard deviation for all individual column, then for all columns we are subtracting mean. Okay, then dividing by the corresponding standard deviation. Now to do this, first you need to convert table to array, otherwise it will not work. Okay, the internal algorithm of mean and std are not supported for table data type, it is only acceptable for array type, matrix type. Okay, so what we can do, once we have done the standardization, we can again convert from array to table, and that time we need to specify the variable names. What are variable names? Variable names are nothing but column names, and write in proper order. Okay, and remember here we are doing standardization on the input features only for training data. In this particular case, later we will do for test data. Don't do together, otherwise there will be problem of data leakage. Okay, I hope you know this. So now you just I have just mentioned all the column names as it is. Okay, as you can see here, this one only I have taken apart from the label column, right? Because we are not applying standardization on our label output feature. And then data train equal to x train, y train, we are again concatenating. That's all. Okay, so this is what about standardization part of our training data. Now for testing data, apply the same. Okay, nothing new I have done, just converted to from table to array, calculated the mean for x test, and done everything. Okay, so let me run this particular part, evaluate selection. Okay, so right, let me write CLC. So standardization is done. Now what? Now obviously our all the data pre-processing we have completed. We have checked for null values. I'm not checking outlier. If you want, you can do that as extra part. Okay, then obviously some feature engineering after calculating correlation. If you want, you can drop some particular features which are having very less correlation with output feature, or very high correlation with any of the input feature. Like those you can do for extra part, but here I am showing you simple one. Now what we are doing, we are applying KNN. Okay, default parameter, changing nothing. Okay, PTC KNN data train, and based on label, or label is our output feature, and all the input features we are going to consider. Okay, so now let me run this whole code. Okay, evaluate selection. So this is what about training. Okay, now if you want, you can check evaluate selection. So here are the default parameters. Okay, you can see num neighbors it is considering by default as 1, so only one nearest neighbor it is going to consider. Then what we are doing, we are checking accuracy. Okay, how we are checking accuracy? Taking the data test. Okay, only apart from the output feature, taking all, and we are predicting that. Okay, using our model feature and all the input feature for test data set. Then we are checking for test data which are matching, prediction value and actual output are matching. All those whatever matching, we are taking sum of that and divide by size of data, taking percentage. This is how we consider the accuracy, right? And displaying the accuracy. run this particular part and do evaluate selection. See, accuracy we are getting 97.7883, huge accuracy, right? So this is quite good accuracy actually. Now we don't know, we have just taken default features, we don't know what is the actual k value should be taken for this particular data set. So what we can do, we can take for all possible value of k. Now you tell me what are the possible values of k. Very simple, minimum k value is 1, and what can be the maximum k value? Maximum k value can be equal to the size of our training data. Is that particular case when our machine learning model will consider all the training data, all the data whatever present in our training, okay, set. That time that can be the maximum. So what we are doing, we are running KNN for every possible value of our data set, okay, and each time we'll store the accuracy in this empty array whatever we are creating. So for I equal to 1 colon size of data train comma 1, okay, so this is for changing our k value. Model formed equal to fit c knn data train comma label. Based on label we are training our model, and model form dot none neighbors equal to I. So each time I am changing the number of nearest neighbors, increasing gradually, predicting accuracy, and then storing that accuracy in this array, okay. Obviously this part is going to take huge time, right, because you can understand huge computation is there. So I will do evaluate selection and we have to wait for a huge time, okay. So let's run this code. So it is going to take some time, okay. So let's wait for that, and then what we will do, we will basically plot the accuracy for various values of k, okay. That is 1 colon size of data train comma 1, that is k value varies from 1 and maximum value it can go up to size of our data set, that is total number of rows, okay. So I am taking 1, that is row not column, okay. So for which this will give us visual inspection that which k value is giving us best accuracy, and whatever k value will give us best accuracy, we are going to choose that for our machine learning model further proceeding in real time, okay. So this is how we choose our k value in case of knn, right. So it is going to take some time, let's wait for that. So the link for getting the dataset I will be providing in the description box. You can go and check there. So it is taking time. We have to wait for that. Okay. To get to make good model, obviously we have to wait a little bit. Okay. Like if in future I will be showing hyperparameter tuning. Hyperparameter tuning takes huge time. Like before going to sleep, you start training your model. You just run the model code, and by the end of the morning you might get the result. Like that also it might happen, okay. Like especially for SVM, gamma parameter, C parameter selection takes huge time. That may be any process in hyperparameter tuning. There are different methods, all those things I will be discussing later, okay. So let's see how much more time it is going to take. Yes, it's done finally, and now we can plot this, okay. Run this particular line and see, this is what beautiful curve we are getting, and this clearly shows us something. That is, if we keep on increasing the k value, the accuracy is keep on decreasing, okay. So now let's try to find out for which value of k we are getting maximum accuracy. So for that we are going to use max function, okay. So value and index equal to max of accuracy, okay. and if you run, so in this case we are getting maximum accuracy corresponding to k equal to 3. Okay, so whether k equal to 3 is the correct, let me just zoom this little bit if possible. So see, initially it is like this, then it is increasing at this point, okay, which is just left hand side of 5, so approximately 3 we can consider. Cool. So this is the way how we determine the best k value for our KNN machine learning algorithm. Okay, so code will be posted in the description box or in the comment section. If you want, you can check there. Thank you.